What's up? Welcome back. I'm Money Green. Look, there's some beef brewing. I'm serious, man. It just went down. Comedian Alex Thomas, he threw some shots at Corey Holcomb. No, he didn't just throw some shots. He launched some grenades at Corey Holcomb. For real. So, Corey Holcomb is the mastermind behind the 5150 show on YouTube. Great comedian. He's almost trademarked or took the term side piece to new levels. So he's really funny. All right. And I always watched 5150 show. So check this out. I think it was last year he threw out that Alex Thomas is a joke thief. Then he said he's gay. Now, a lot of men do that, and women too, when they want to throw shots at somebody or they want to put somebody down and demean them or whatever. They throw the gay thing out there, strip away your manhood. All right. So, word got back to Alex Thomas. Now, Alex Thomas says he doesn't know Corey Holcomb, never hung around him, wasn't familiar with his material. But he said some of his crew and family members and friends caught word of it. They watched 5150 and they came back and told him, no, Corey said you a joke thief and you gay. So Alex said he did a little research and had to check out who he was and ask some questions or whatever. And he said, okay, I see what I'm dealing with right now. You know what? I'm not even going to entertain this. I'm just going to fall back a little bit. Now, you know what I'm saying? I heard that he always calls people joke thieves and gay and all that kind of stuff. So it's all good from that standpoint. But then, so as far as the gay thing goes, he said, I'm far from gay. I love my wife. I've always had one. Before I was married, I always had women. So that's just how it was with me. And anyone who knows me, anyone who's from LA knows how I roll. All right, so that's basic stuff. Yeah, get that out the way. But this is what makes Alex Thomas different from Aries Spears. Now, Aries Spears was on 5150 a couple of years ago, and he was really showing his ass a little bit. He was flexing his invisible muscles, had that liquor getting to him. He was drinking on set, and he got out of hand, started to offend people and throw some terms around here, sort of disregarded Darlene Ortiz, and then he was getting on Zoe's nerves, cutting Corey off, pretty much drunk behavior. You know what I'm saying? You know how you got some drunks that just talk a little bit too much. Well, the result was Zoe Williams, the intellectual, ended up putting hands on Aries Spears. Now, Aries is a bomb comedian too. Zoe Williams put some hands on Aries Spears. Aries, covered up, took the blows, and then later he had a whole bunch of bad things to say about 5150 and then called his lawyers on him. When he could have, dealt with Zoe one-on-one if he wanted to. He shouldn't have been drinking and cutting up anyway. If you can't handle your liquor, look. Anyway, I ain't gonna get on that. This ain't no liquor PSA. But what I'm saying is, Aries Spears called his lawyers and had a few little disgruntled remarks to say about Corey Holcomb and where they had the show and all this kind of stuff. Alex Thomas took it an entirely different route. For real. He stepped right into it, looking into the camera, and this is on Comedy Hype. Let's see if I can put the link in this video. So y'all look down there and y'all check the link out. The joke in question, because word got back to Alex, he asked around, and someone told him that, oh, he called you a joke thief because someone told Corey that you stole his Blue Book joke. So there's a joke that Corey says about checking the woman's Blue Book value when he's dating them. You know what I'm saying? When they're about to date. So if she got C-section scar, if she has this, that, if her edges are gone for wearing weaves and everything, the Blue Book value goes down to woman. So it's a really good joke. And someone told Corey that Alex Thomas stole that from him. And they saying that Corey ran with it. And I can understand that. Alex Thomas says, look, I've been on TV. I've done comedy specials. Y'all seen my jokes for over 20 years. y'all knew me, and I was doing all this stuff way before y'all even heard Corey's name. Pretty much before Corey came to Hollywood. That's basically how he stepped into it. And then he said this: I have a special called Straight Clowning that happened in 2001, where I brought up the Blue Book value joke about a woman. And this precedes or predates Corey's joke by years. All right, so the special, I believe Corey's was around 2008, 2009, somewhere around then. And Aries clearly did in 2001. So on Straight Chasing, it's on YouTube. It's on video 3, I think around the 19-minute mark, 19 minutes and 30-second mark. Alex Thomas brings up the Blue Book value of a stripper. He was in a strip club in Atlanta. And he said he was on the set of Players Club with Ice Cube. He's the one in Players Club that was hanging with Ice Cube. But he brought the joke then. That's where the joke originated. So whoever, went and told Corey that Alex was jacking him, Alex didn't jack him. Alex told that joke years and years before Corey. Alex says, I made millions on comedy. I have tons of property. And Corey would love to work on the shows and movies I've worked on. Oh my goodness. Stepped right into it. And I'm not trying to instigate anything because I actually enjoy both of these comedians. I've been liking Alex since he came out. I remember seeing him in Def Comedy Jam and Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your juice and in the hood in South Central, all that kind of stuff. Players Club, the Jamie Foxx Show. Alex Thomas has done just so much stuff. He's actually the brainchild behind the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, a lot of the private school jokes. You know what I'm saying? Most of the private school jokes, because he was actually a guy from the hood that went to a pretty much all-white high school, private high school, and Will Smith heard him tell them jokes and said, look, I need you to come tell some jokes or write for me. I need you to come write for me on this TV show on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And now you have all those funny jokes that Will was, saying about his school or things that took place. Alex was basically putting down everything that happened to him into the script, into the writing room. And Will was pretty much mimicking the life. So let's get into some of these points, because Alex wasn't done there. Alex says he's on a higher level than Corey. All right, there's some truth to that. You know what I'm saying? Corey is, I'm not going to say he's underground, he's very popular, but he has a cult following. People that break their necks to get to his shows because they're so damn funny. And people that just roll with 5150, for real. A lot of people do it on the low too, because the views for his podcast, the views for his podcast are astronomically more than his subscribers. Which means a lot of people don't want to admit that they watch it, but they keep watching it and keep watching it. So he may have 150,000 subscribers, but have 400,000 views on an episode, something like that. So his is pretty much underground, where Alex is more mainstream and he's more well known. So and he's done some bigger things. He's done some bigger things. A lot of his projects are much bigger than Corey's projects. So we give that nod to Alex. Then he says, Corey is angry, upset, mean, and bitter. I wouldn't say that. You can put that tag on Aries Spears, and I agree with it. But Corey just busts shots off. You know what I'm saying? If somebody steps out of line or he sees something in somebody that doesn't set well with him, he just fires off shots. Sometimes there's a lot of shrapnel and buckshot that, hit places that they shouldn't hit. But that's just how Corey is. Sometimes he can be reckless, you know what I'm saying? And when he is, sometimes he apologizes. It's been a few times he apologized. I think Damon Williams, I think the two of them ended up squashing a little beef that Corey brought up and threw gas on. And they had a talk. But I wouldn't call Corey angry, and I wouldn't call him bitter. Mean, yeah, but I would call him he doesn't trust people easily. But then Alex Thomas gets deeper. He says, is Corey upset that I take care of my kids and he doesn't take care of his? I don't think there's any truth to that. I think Corey take care of both of his kids. Now, I don't think his son lives with him or didn't live with him growing up. And I don't think his daughter lived with him growing up. But I think they're around, I think his daughter's grown now. I don't know if his son has graduated high school, but his daughter's out of high school. I think she's in college or something. So Alex, I believe he lives with his kids. So oh my goodness, that is getting messy. Then Alex says, maybe Corey's upset that I'm a happily married, straight black man that loves his kids and his black wife. So I think that's a shot that Corey is with a white woman or married a white woman. But that's not true. All right. Corey's wife has a very light complexion, but she's not white. You look at it and tell she's a sister, period. Then Alex brings up his Louis Stewart bag line. So there's a popular bag line called Louis Stewart that Alex Thomas and his wife run. You know, they created the line of bags, designer handbags, and they sell them. They're pretty popular around the world, from which I'm told. And Alex says that maybe Corey tried to buy a bag but couldn't afford one. And that can't be any further from the truth. Corey can afford a handbag of any price. Corey's that comedian. He makes, that good money. He can buy a handbag. So maybe that was a little slight dig at him, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it was a plug, you know what I'm saying? A way for Alex Thomas to plug he and his wife's business. But no, we're not entertaining that one, no. Then he says Corey's a shock jock trying to get ratings. Now, Corey's not a shock jock. And I don't think Corey says anything to get ratings. Corey's just a comedian who says a lot of crazy stuff. And 99% of it, maybe 90% of it is funny. Period. He just says some wild and crazy stuff. I say a lot of wild and crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna call him a shock jock. You just got some people out here to just cut up. You know what I'm saying? You get around them, you're gonna have a good time because they're gonna say some crazy stuff, they're gonna do some crazy stuff, and you're gonna laugh the entire time. You're gonna be entertained. That's who Corey Holcomb is. On 5150, you just get a whole bunch of that. And sometimes there's gonna be some reckless stuff in the middle and some craziness. Then you're like, I ain't messing with that. But for the most part, it's all fun and games. Lots of entertainment, lots of comedy. So I'm not giving Alex Thomas that one. And then Alex Thomas says Corey just wants attention. Well, I think all comedians want attention, but Corey gets it easily. Corey has the ear of a lot of people. He has a major following, so I don't think that's, why Corey said what he said. I think Corey was upset. He really thought Alex Thomas was jacking him, and I think he just threw the gay thing out there because of how he feels about somebody stealing from him, or maybe he saw something that he interpreted it as being gay. Who knows? But nah, Corey didn't just say that to get attention. And then Alex says he's loved in the industry, and Corey isn't. Now there's a lot of truth to that, and that's just true. Corey has a lot of enemies. A lot of people are scared of Corey. They're intimidated by Corey because they know Corey would just bust off all types of words and statements and remarks. Many of them funny, some reckless. But they know Corey is that dude. Corey comes through like Godzilla with his words and his actions and everything. Alex is loved. You know what I'm saying? He's a close friend with Jamie Foxx, Eddie Murphy, the Wayans family. You name it, Alex gets along with them. Will Smith, Dr. Dre, Alex Thomas is cool and friends or close associates with all these people. They're just a phone call or two away from Alex Thomas. He's just a light guy. And Corey's the opposite. And Corey, you know what I'm saying, he holds on to that, you know what I'm saying? That's something that I'm not gonna say he takes pride in being being that dude that people are intimidated by, but he maybe he does enjoy it a little bit. I don't know. We had to ask him that, but he relishes in it. How about that? It's like he wears it as a cape, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. Everyone's not to be like, but Corey plays that role very well. You know what I'm saying? He has no problem being unliked by people. He don't give up about whether or not we like him or not. But hey, I watch 5150 all the time, so I don't have a problem with him. But Alex is right. Alex is love. But check this out. This is just it right here. Now, Alex is from the hood in LA. I think he's from South Central or whatever. He grew up, born and raised there. Lived there probably into his 20s or something, or late teens, early 20s. Who knows? But this is where Alex totally steps to Corey. And check this out. Alex says, I'm an LA dude. I'm a nice guy, but don't take my kindness for weakness. I'm a nice guy, but my family and friends are gangsters. You know gangsters in Chicago, Corey, but you live here in LA. That's letting you know, all right, I really could have done something to you, and I really can touch you if I want to. There's nothing you can do about it because you're right here in my home city. You're surrounded by all my peeps. And he actually said that a lot of his people called him and said, what, you want me to handle this? We need to handle this. What's up? And Alex was like, nah, we don't need to handle it. Nah, leave. I ain't sweating that. You know what I'm saying? They was like, you sure? Hey, I don't appreciate him talking about you like that. And you know that's the truth. Because as somebody on my level, I have people like that that want me to give the green light to do something to somebody here and there. But nah, because you got some people that's what their value is. There's certain things that people can do, certain things that people can't do. If you have something wrong with your car and you have a mechanic buddy, your mechanic buddy may say, oh, you know what, let me check that out. You have a lawyer buddy. They say, oh, you know what, let me check what they doing. They say they're going to file what? Let me see the paperwork. If you have some people in your crew or in your family that are straight head busters or killers, they will be like, look, say the word. Just say the word. And that's what Alex just let Corey know. So I'm interested in what Corey do. I think Corey should stand down. I think they should I'm not even gonna say they, because Corey did start this. I think that Corey should explain where he's coming from and what he was told or whatever, and squash this, because this ain't worth it. But this comedian beef is way more entertaining than a rapper beef. You know what I'm saying? You know, rappers beef, they be silly and they do little weak things. But comedians go at it for real. And this was just interesting that Alex stepped into this, because this was a dead issue. You know what I'm saying? No one was talking about it, but this was on his heart. No one even asked Alex this question. And the interview was on Comedy Hype. But he stepped into it. And he just brought it up on his own will and really got into Corey's ass. So hopefully nothing big comes from this. Hopefully this dies down. But knowing Corey, it's not. Something's going to pop off. And I'm going to be here to tell y'all about it, and we can talk back and forth. 5150, Alex Thomas, we're going to see what goes down. Hopefully nothing major. Anyway, I'm Money Green. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe and like it and all that good stuff. And I'm 3 weeks in, so I appreciate y'all watching. The new kid on the block, Money Green. Talk to me. Make money, go shopping. Soon another video will be dropping.